Hello, it is Debbie Ison here of Tranquil Awakenings, and I'm a therapist and a therapy trainer. And today I have come on here to tell you a little bit about my personal journey, in particular focusing on my self-development. Now, the reason I've chosen to talk to you about this today, it's rather impromptu, is because I'm currently going through a specific situation that I'm finding a little bit tricky. Now, quite a number of years ago now, I trained in Reiki and I became a Reiki Master. And what Reiki Mastership is all about is learning how to master the self. Mastering your emotions, mastering your thoughts, mastering your attitudes and beliefs, mastering your energy, and developing as a spiritual and holistic being. And that is something I'm completely dedicated to. And for every day of the rest of my life, I'll be dedicated to that, continuing to learn and grow and evolve so that I can be the absolute best version of myself that I can be. And what's really lovely about my work is that I help others on that journey also. So whether it's helping them to overcome one specific issue or whether it's guiding them over a period of time, I get to help and assist them in their journeys. However, sometimes when I'm going through that journey myself, I need external help and assistance just to guide me along the way. And I've had that over the last few days, and I wanted to share what's been going on with you. So before we do that, what I need to do is go a bit further back in time to when I'd been on this journey for a while, and I'd cleared a lot of the trauma from my past and a lot of the everyday stuff that had come up. And I started to look deeper into things. And one day I got quite brave and I said to the universe, right universe, bring it on. I want to heal everything in this lifetime now. Everything from every past lifetime, everything from this current lifetime, bring it on. Now, what I didn't realise is what I was actually asking for and how quick that would take hold. And within hours, life got thrown completely upside down, and for the next 18 months there was absolute chaos in my life. During that time I had different people entering into my life that would act as mirrors. They would be holding up their behaviours, beliefs, attitudes, and I would see myself within that. Either parts of myself that were my shadow and I'd been hiding, or parts of myself that were there too much of the time and I needed to balance out. And that was a really hard process. At times I felt really low, really fatigued, depressed, anxious. But I carried on working through it with the strategies that I have available to me. And I'm lucky with my job because I have a lot of those strategies. I also know lots of amazing therapists and have wonderful friends that were there to help and guide me along the way and remind me that it was just a passing phase. And after that, things have been going quite smoothly. I still have these things come up fairly regularly. However, I recognise they're not permanent, they're just lessons. They're there to teach me something so that I can become even better, so that I'm no longer reacting or triggered by a situation. And there have been plenty of those situations to test me over the last few years. And just when I think, finally I've got it all sorted, things are going quite smoothly, something else tends to crop up. And I'm going through one of those phases at the moment. I recognised a couple of weeks ago things were starting to bubble up. There was a few situations that presented me with challenges in terms of boundaries and my well-being. But I knew that that was just the tip of the iceberg. And what I also know is that when I'm in these growth cycles of healing and growing, new people tend to enter my life. And there's been no exception this time. And that has both been highly beneficial because it's created a real spark of creativity and inspiration and hyper-focus in me. However, I'm also finding it a little bit difficult because I'm being challenged in a way that I'm not used to. I recognise that through this situation, I might not get what I want because some factors are down to somebody or some other people that are external to me, and I cannot control their actions, reactions or behaviour. What I can, however, do is choose to control mine. Now, part of me, when I was aware that this was new learning, wanted to absolutely run a mile, ignore everything and pretend it isn't happening, because that sometimes feels easier. However, I know from experience there tends to be a little niggle in the back of your mind and it doesn't really go away. And also, I know that if there's a lesson to learn, you might be able to delay it for a while, but ultimately it's going to present itself in one way or another. So I like to just get on with it. However, in this scenario, because other people are involved, it can't go at the speed that I like. I've noticed about myself that I'm very impulsive and actually quite impatient. Once I've got a spark of inspiration or an idea, or I decide I want to go for something, I make it happen. Whereas in this situation, I'm unable to do that. I just need to sit and wait to see how it evolves. I need to develop patience, I need to develop self-control, and I need to also learn the acceptance that the outcome may not be what I want to happen, and there may be a reason for that. So I'm quite excited at the same time as feeling a bit to see where this journey is going to take me. I know it may not be easy, but when I'm in one of these situations, I always recognise there are some things that I can go back to. And I would like to just discuss them quickly with you, because some of these things I've been talking about may resonate with you, and they may also help you in your day-to-day life. So as I've said, when there's somebody else external involved in the situation, I'm aware that potentially their behaviour and reactions are completely beyond my control. So what I need to do is I need to be aware that I can choose how I act, feel and react. And that is a choice. So instead of letting my thoughts control me, I'm going to choose to control my thoughts. Now, when my thoughts started racing the other morning about this specific situation that I'm going through, I started to feel a little bit panicky, a bit anxious and a bit stressed. But then I realised that's me that's creating that. I was allowing these thoughts to go on a self-perpetuating loop, and I needed to make it stop. So I adapted my thoughts, my actions and behaviour, and I started repeating a mantra to myself. These are only thoughts and they will pass. This is only a feeling and it will also pass. And instantly I started to feel calm. I went back to my breathing and my physiology, slowing the breath and taking those nice deep breaths in, and also relaxing my posture. And it allowed me to take back control. So that's something I would advise for any of you. If you're ever in a situation, what you can always control is your breathing and your posture. By altering those, it will help you to feel calmer and more steady. Also recognising that your thoughts and your feelings are not you, they are simply something that you are experiencing. And when you recognise that, it means they're a vehicle for your learning and your growth. Now, what I've also been very lucky with is I've got the most amazing friends, and I know lots of therapists as well. So whenever I'm in one of these situations, I get external support to go through it. I've got lots of tools and strategies that I can use to regulate myself, and I do. But when I need that deeper insight and someone to bounce off, I always go to someone else. So I've been very lucky over the last week. I've got a couple of brilliant friends that have let me waffle onto them. And also me and one of my friends, what we do if there's ever another person involved in the situation, rather than us reacting and impulsively sending messages, we type out the message and instead we send it to each other, so that we feel like we've got that release and it's out of our thoughts and out of our system, but we're not saying something that could make the situation worse. And that's actually led to some really good giggles. I've also had a past life regression therapy session this week, and that's been really insightful for me. It's helped me to understand the link between me and the other person that's involved in this situation, and it's also brought forward some strategies that I can use to deal with it. It's given me an insight as to what the bigger purpose of this is all about, and has reminded me that I have got choice and free will within the situation, and I can choose how I want to think, feel and respond. The other thing I'm doing, which isn't for everybody, but I quite enjoy it every now and again, is today I'm having a reading. So I have a very trusted reader that will work with my guides and will give me greater insight, and that helps everything to fall into place and resonate for me. So I'm quite excited to find out what's going on. So whether it's good friends, whether it's a therapist, whether it's having a spiritual reading, do whatever you need to help and assist you to make sense of the situation. And what I would also say is, when you're going through these periods of growth, keeping a journal is very helpful to see your progress. Just this morning, me and my friend have been talking about where we were 4.5 years ago and how far we've come. And it's really good to recognise how much you've healed and how much you've grown within a specific time. So I hope you find those little hints and tips useful, and I might end up doing another video to let you know how things progress. Of course, they may not progress externally. However, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take control of myself and embrace the lessons. So I hope you have a really great day. Please remember to like and subscribe, and if you've ever had one of those challenging experiences, or if you're on a spiritual or developmental journey, let me know how it's going in the comments, and I look forward to hearing from you. Take care, have a great day, and bye-bye for now.